This tapasya that you give, the initial tapasya that you give, is just like battery power in a car. When you start the car, is the engine running? No. When you start the car, you need to first, the engine, piston, everything, the engine has to run. Then only it will fire. So initially petrol is not running the engine. What is running the engine? Battery. Therefore you have got something called a self starter. When you press the self starter, battery power will move the engine. That battery power will do what? Battery power will trigger the firing of the engine. Isn't it? The battery will move the pistons. Those engineers will know. The spark plug gives the spark. Fuel vapor goes inside the chamber. It fires. Once you, have you observed when you turn the switch, ignition switch, goes for a tuck, it takes off. What happens? Engine has fired. Now the engine is running on the petrol and spark plug. On its own it's running. You don't need battery power. So basically, please understand, japa is susukam kattam avyayam. It is happily performed, delightfully performed. When there is this engine fires. What is that? The Lord has to, the Nama Avatara has to, the Shaktyavisha Nama will induce this Shakti in us. That is called a divine doing, knowing, tasking taste. Then one may ask, Lord is all merciful, no, why not from bead one? Why couldn't He come and give me that power inside my heart? I won't be disturbed at all. No, Krishna is saying, okay, you have learnt everything, but please show your desire and determination you want it. Let me see. Today you are in a very disturbed situation due to guna, kala and karma. Your atmosphere, internal atmosphere is very disturbed. Let me see how determined you are for my association. You show me by your anchoring tapasya that you are still determined. And then when I see that you are determined, like this I will start releasing. Engine will fire. Engine will fire. And then your japa will, nothing can stop. You don't need battery power to hold the attention. Otherwise, let us say you don't give this chesta. Lot of disturbed thoughts. You chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Some thoughts comes. Because you are not now trying to train yourself. You are thinking you already trained yourself. So some thought comes, it goes away. Then again you bring it. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Again it goes away. So what happens is, because you are not in a training mode, you are not trying to bring it back also. So you are going on like that. Your whole day, what happens? Your whole 16 malas of japa will be only bits and bits of attention spans. Like this. Nothing is continuous. There is no continuous attention at all. If there is no uninterrupted attention, what happens? The cumulative effect is very less. And ultimately, if the engine doesn't fire, what happens? Your entire 16 rounds is on battery power. So much so that you get tired and you're afraid to touch your Japamala tomorrow. Because such a bad experience you had. It's such an austere thing. But anyway, I told my Guru, I have to do it. And you will do it. I mean, for that Krishna and Guru will give you credit. You have to do it, whether it's tasty or not. Like Prabhupada says, quality or no quality, first quantity. 16 rounds you do. But here is a secret. You don't have to do that. You have to first, for that what you have to do is, already I explained. First round, you have to give anchor and tapasya exactly as your training round. So the engine power is what? Our battery power is the anchoring tapasya. It's our own doing, knowing and tasking power. Engine power is Divya Kriya Karya Jnana Cheshta Shakti. It is a Cheshta Shakti, Atma Cheshta Shakti. Divya Atma Cheshta Shakti. Brought in by Shakti Avishanama. It is divine energy. It's a taste of doing and knowing. You want to do more. You want to do and know more. You want to do and know more. Do and know more. That is it. Now, threshold. Threshold number is a... What is the threshold number? It is not fixed every day. The number of beats of japa that requires anchoring tapasya. That means till you lock the attention, how many beats are required? Every day is different. Of course, every day if you have same situation is different. Same, it will be same. But if you have some real serious, emotional conflicts in mind or some emergency in mind, all these kind of things, and whole external life situation is very disturbed, then your anchoring number will be more. Not 10 beats, 20 beats, 30 beats. Just like now if you do Prabhupada's, our training round, anchoring tapasya was hardly anything because already 30, 40 days you have done and nothing to disturb. You are sitting just for that and you can do it peacefully and you are able to do it without much anchoring tapasya. Of course, for those who are just started training, for them, it requires, mind will go here and there and it requires connection, energizing by the golden commands every now and then. So, how many factors determine the threshold number? What is your immediate life situation running in the mind? What are the emotional disturbances at the time of starting japa? Plus all those different things that I have listed yesterday, lamentation, hankering, planning, speculating, all kinds of thinking activities. To cross all that, different days there are different compelling thoughts. Many times it's urgent, sometimes it's important, sometimes urgent and important. But for the mind, even important is urgent. It just takes it and then everything is urgent. Japa doesn't get that urgency.